Alright, hi everybody. We've been seeing a lot of comments of you guys asking for some fanning videos, and so instead of doing just one specific fan, we're just going to do a couple of fans for you guys. The first fan we're going to show you is the basic fan. This can be mutated in all sorts of different ways, and basic open fanning swags. A way that I found teaching this to somebody easiest is describing holding a pencil and rolling it between your fingers. It may seem a bit odd, but if you actually try it with the Balisong handle, it's just the same roll. It just will take a lot more effort to spin the knife in your fingers. There's not too much explaining to do this. It's just rolling the pencil between your index and middle, or even using all of your fingers. And then same goes for the Balisong. You can roll it between all of your fingers. I use all of my fingers when I throw it. So to do a fan opening, you're gonna let the bite handle or safe handle drop, and as you do that, you're gonna twist between your fingers to get that momentum to begin the fan. To get used to doing this fan, I suggest open the knife on the safe handle and just start spinning it back and forth until you can get a lot more spins. I throw into it just to get a lot more momentum, so I can just let it fan.
The next fanny pack we're gonna show. The next fan we're gonna show you is the choker fan. This was the most highly requested one that we were getting in the comments and messages on Instagram and everything. This one takes a while to learn. It took me forever, but it's kind of the same concept as this one, just rolling your fingers and getting used to this movement until you can kind of flick it and actually make it continue, but you're doing it with the handle facing down instead of up, obviously. So the first step for me was just to drop the knife and get used to doing this with just my middle and my thumb, I guess a little bit of the ring finger too, but just rolling it back and forth and being able to keep the handle like this, spinning. So how I do it, I just flick it out and then I throw it inward. So you just throw it in and it'll kind of start the motion for you. But at first I was just doing this, where you throw it in and then you just kind of do that motion. After that, the knife will kind of do it for you, where you flick it out, and when you throw it in like this, you just give it this flick with your middle and your ring, and then, or your middle and your thumb, and then it comes around and you're putting your ring finger in place, and it's just gonna continue spinning, and you're curling your fingers until it comes back to your index, and you just keep going. So
Oh my!
So I do it by flicking them out this way and throwing the blade towards me, and it starts the momentum. Gabe does it the same way but opposite, with the handle facing in. So he's doing the same thing where he's flicking it towards himself and it starts the rotation. But for me, flicking the blade in is easier, and for him, flicking the handle in is easier. And as you can see, I can't really do it that way, but it's just, again, it's another one of those things that takes practice, but it's weird once you get it. It kind of just does all the work for you. You do the initial thing, and it just flows through all your fingers pretty naturally, I guess.
Yeah.
Guess what the next one is?
The backhand fan. Duh.
The last one we're gonna attempt to brief. I know we're not going into depth on these that much because there are already tutorials on all of these individually, but we wanted to show you them all together and just show the best fanning techniques to learn first. We're gonna show you some variations at the end, but the last main one we think is the backhand fan, which took us the longest to learn. I still suck at these, and I just learned them recently. The biggest trick with this one, it's kind of that same motion. You're just flicking it up onto the back of your fingers like this, and then
twist it between your fingers.
Twisting it between your fingers, but this one, it takes more force. This one is kind of like a throttle on a motorcycle when you think about it. So you get it up here and then you twist as if you're like throttling a motorcycle. So you're using your fingers and you're twisting, and it takes quite a bit of force to flick it back. You just have to keep this handle that's in your hand straight and flick back hard to where, and make sure this doesn't hit your wrist, but it just takes a lot of practice and a lot of time. And like I said, I still suck at these. I can only do like 2 or 3 rotations when I do it, but
No.
like I said, there's already tutorials that go really in depth on how to do these, and we recommend you watch those.
Jazzy.
We didn't see the point in just making another tutorial exactly the same as the other people have done them. We just wanted to give you the little tidbits.
Tidbits.
Watching it in slow-mo definitely is the easiest way to learn for us. That's like, I don't know, when you hear somebody talk for 10 minutes about how to do a trick, it's kind of...
So you do it like this.
It comes to a point where it's not helpful at all.
And then
you
you turn it like that.
Yeah! Science! The mechanics of all those main fans are pretty much the same. It's just this concept of rolling your fingers and getting used to this motion of just flicking your fingers and letting the handle freely just spin through and roll around. These next little add-ons that we're gonna show you are not that simple, and we don't even know how to teach them, but we're gonna try to show you them just so you can see and maybe figure them out just by watching them.
And some combos where we incorporate each and every one of the fans.
Like we said, we didn't want to go into a lot of detail on how these are done because there's already tutorials for all of them. But we're gonna just show you flipping and do some slow motion stuff, and this is just gonna be a montage at the end of all of these tricks, and just watch them. We're gonna put them in the same order that we presented them, and hopefully just watching them in slow-mo and doing what we do, but hopefully you can do it better than us.
We want you guys to become better than we are.
They probably already are.
Yeah. We're not very good.
Until you find your way back home. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown.